116th Hotline. It's Sadie.
It's Valerie.
And this is Sutana. Welcome back to our podcast, 116th Hotline. If this is your first time here, we are a
trio
of
sisters.
And welcome to our podcast where we talk about anything and everything.
Welcome to our space. Welcome to our journal entry. Literally everything. We speak whatever comes to our mind. And we're so glad you're here.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you have anything to add to that?
Just like unpacking any... I love how you mentioned our space.
Because it literally, it's our...
Yes.
A judgment-free zone.
Yeah.
Yes. And I take it as if whenever you say our space, I meant your space too.
It's our space. You included in your ears, whoever's listening
or watching,
your eyes, who's ever watching. This is our space together, including you. And we just want to make sure that you feel loved, supported, and heard, and know that you're cared for, and that you're part of 116th Hotline.
Yes.
Period.
Absolutely.
Ooh, who am I today?
She's changed. Apparently.
It's because I went to sleep early last night. I got good night rest, and
you should do that more often.
I know, I really should. I went to bed early.
I told you it's so good for you. It's so good for you.
I give her another 24 hours, she'll reset.
Yeah, and then I'll be like... Anyways,
so you guys, we just had our one year anniversary party.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
It was amazing.
It was really
beautiful.
fun. It was short lived, but very, very fun. And I think we made good use of the time. And we're so thankful for everybody that came by.
Absolutely.
Or even like the people that couldn't come. Like just your thought of the party in your mind. Like I'm very thankful and blessed to have everybody come, and Sutana and Sadie did majority of the work. And
thank you.
Nice.
Yeah.
I actually just want to take a moment and say shout out to Sadie. Like she carried us.
I think
she
my
really
bad hurts
did.
from carrying these two. No, I'm just kidding. No,
she carried us.
I think it's just my personality. Like, and with me being a teacher, I'm so like list this, that. I got to get everything done in time
she just wants to make sure everything is done. The list is checked off
in like orderly manner and time management. I've gotten so much better with time management because of my job. Period. So like if I do everything last minute, like I get anxiety. Like I'm like, okay, I'm rushing here. I got to get this. So that's why anxious. That's why I'm so hard on like, hey, do we have this? Do we have that? Make a checklist. Blah blah blah. Boom boom boom.
But
that's just how
that keeps us accountable. Like in general, and like we need a little bit of accountability, like every now and then, you know. But I just wanted to say we did have our podcast party last week, and we had it at this beautiful space. I'll put it on the screen here.
I really love that place.
Wasn't it beautiful?
It was the perfect.
Yes, it's called Archive Creative Space downtown Tulsa, and it's a really cute aesthetic. Did it not remind you guys of like LA?
It's very like minimalistic.
Yeah.
So like you could do a lot with this space.
Yes.
And they provided tables and chairs, and so like there was a lot of good things that it came with.
Drink dispensers,
and also fridge.
Yeah, and also the space is, POC owned, like
that's
that.
Right.
Like what better way to support your community than to support the people of color that are within your own community?
Yes.
Like that is so amazing. And honestly, that's one of the reasons why I was really pushing for this space, is because it kind of aligns into our podcast too, like supporting people of color and helping the community flourish. But we had the event at Archive Creative Space downtown. It was beautiful. I honestly was surprised at how many people came and enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So like it was really a moment, I feel like, to just really celebrate how far we've come as a trio. Not only that, but the idea of a podcast and what you can do once you really put your mind to it. Because I think we've said it many times on this podcast that we do this not for money, not for anything. It's really for our own clarity, and then also for other people that can relate.
And we just do it literally in our spare time. Like we literally have to like check everybody's schedules to see like, hey, when's the next time can we meet up to record? Because this is literally all in our own free time of what little free time we do have.
Absolutely.
And so like I hope you guys can feel like the genuineness of the each episode that we do, because like we really take the time out of our days just to like really unpack. So let's unpack that. Let's unpack that.
So yes, Archive was a beautiful, beautiful space. And then I also just want to throw it out there. Shout outs to my sister-in-law, Lisa.
Lisa.
Thank you.
Love you.
Literally, and it was quite. It was
last minute. It was
pretty
last minute.
Quite last minute. And then, like Satana said, she literally executed what we wanted.
Literally, the
Like,
vision.
first of all,
Vision.
Yeah,
Thank you.
peep the shirt.
Peep the shirt. Peep the shirt.
I feel like a lot of people are wanting the shirts, so it might just become a thing, y'all.
Well, in the future, I was just telling Lisa that we can like drop merch.
Yeah.
And of course, we'll get the better quality shirts because these are just giveaways and they're just our first trial for the second season with our new logo. But even then, the logo turned out really, really nice.
Yes.
Lisa, I cannot express how much we appreciate you because
really,
she's obviously busy too. She's got 2 jobs. She's also a nurse like Val overnight. But I bought the shirts for her and she literally did it within like overnight.
And she literally, like you said, she executed. We just gave her the thoughts and the ideas, and she did exactly, like, even more better than what we could have imagined.
And even the stickers too. That day, whenever I was like talking to her about stickers, and then she said, "Oh, maybe I could do it with my Cricut." So she literally, as we were talking, she ordered the sticker paper on Amazon. Then she goes, "Oh, it's gonna come tomorrow. I will do it."
Yeah.
I was like, "Are you sure?" She goes, "Yes, I can do it." I'm like, "Oh,
I love her.
And everybody loved the stickers.
The stickers were a hit.
So
the stickers
cute.
and the shirts, like, I know we only made like a limited amount of shirts, but like the people that didn't get it, like, felt like they were wanting it so bad, and I felt so bad because we didn't make enough. But like, I didn't know that people were gonna want the shirts as bad.
Or like actual physical merch.
right, yeah."
So thank you guys for like loving the shirts, and thank you, Lisa, so much for making the shirts and making
Lisa,
the stickers.
you're the goat.
She really is. She took the time out of her day, in her busy schedule.
And that's what we appreciate.
Like to do this for us. Like, granted, Sadie's her sister-in-law, and she probably needed brownie points. I don't know. I'm just kidding, but no, like Lisa's she's been a day one supporter and listener, and we really appreciate you, Lisa. I know you're listening, of course. So thank you so much.
Like I said, I just keep an eye out. I think we will drop some kind of merch line soon.
Definitely better quality
shirts.
just cute 116 count stuff. Yeah.
I just love it. The only thing about the shirts that we didn't get to, because granted it was last minute, we didn't get the actual like sign of the hotline, 116 hotline, is that we just got the little logo in the front.
The flame is cute though.
But it's super cute because I kept on telling Lisa that if if our friends, whenever they wear it out, people are going to be like, wait, what is that? So you get to start a conversation and you get to tell them about our podcast.
Yes,
exactly.
So I love that idea.
So I wanted to shout out our food sponsors as well. A few food sponsors. Huge shout out to Tiger Bite Broken Arrow for providing the fried rice.
Fried rice was bomb, bro.
Yes, that shit.
I believe you, because when you said that it was bomb, I was like, okay, it's flavorful.
Yeah, so, it didn't last long. I'll tell you that.
So Tiger Bite Broken Arrow is a Thai food inspired cafe. They also have some Hmong foods, and they also have boba tea. So if you're ever in the Broken Arrow area, check them out.
And they have a cute aesthetics inside too, and games
of cute,
stuff.
a cute flower wall, like really cute photo ops. Definitely check them out, and thank you so much, Tiger Bite BA.
Thank you.
We love you guys so much.
Thank you for sponsoring. And then the next one I want to shout out is Joa Vang. Thank you so much for sponsoring the Vermicelli.
Thank you, Joa.
Yes, she's also sponsored our previous self-love event with Julie, so thank you for that. And she's just awesome. So if you ever need some catering from her for like authentic Hmong foods, definitely hit her up.
Her Hmong food is literally like
so good.
The best. Like,
she's the best. We love
so
her.
good.
Fresh, good. Yeah. She's located in Owasso.
Yes, located in Owasso, very local, and she's been here for a long time. So.
Okay, and then I also want to do a big shout out to our desserts.
Yes.
Brittany with Jowa Treats. It's JOWA Treats on Facebook. She made so many cookies and cupcakes.
So many.
Like, the cupcakes were her too.
Yes, she made the cupcakes and the cookies. She made so much, and they were different flavors. One was like a pumpkin chai. The other one was like a vanilla. Vanilla fruit one, and then she even had little matcha cookies.
Yes, matcha.
She had the little matcha cookies, and then she had big red velvet cookies, and I forgot what the other one was. I think Oreo,
double chocolate,
or chocolate.
There was one that was like.
But thank you so much, Brittany, for sponsoring us with the cookies and the desserts. She did a great job, and she did more than what was expected. Literally, she made so much. So definitely hit her up. JOWA Treats, Joa Treats, and it's Brittany who made them. Thank you so much, Brittany. We all loved your treats.
It was so good.
Everybody loved
even
your treats.
all the guests. Like,
all
it was
the
a
guests.
hit.
And then last but not least, our little friends, Nikki,
Our day ones.
Nikki, Shelby, and Anna. Thank you so much for helping us last minute.
Yes.
Creating the balloon arch, just bringing her little balloon air pumper and just sitting here. I think it took us like a good hour and a half before we got everything done.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, girls. We love you.
Tie all of those balloons back to back was not easy. I appreciate you, Shelby, doing that with me. She was trying to look for a nail clipper because her fingers were getting.
That's why you guys.
That's what she was asking you. But then I think that already happened beforehand. But just even small things like that helping us out.
They all came over. They all came over here while I was at work, and
she was at work.
They were like blowing up the balloons to do the balloon garland, and I felt so bad. I was like, all of you guys are there at my apartment, but me. Like, I'm the only one not there.
Just I mean, a little goes a long way. So we just truly appreciate everybody.
Honestly, just anyone who took their time out of the day, like to help support and like just like like help a little bit, or like just spread the word for our podcast and the party. Like, it really truly means a lot coming from like a trio that doesn't have much, and like we just put our heart and soul into what we put out there, and so we truly appreciate each and every one of you guys for the love and support.
And I just want to say one thing. Like, I feel like we're so lucky to have a positive support system of people that are local, that listen to our podcast and that share, whether that be just sharing the video, sharing an episode, commenting, liking, like, it's just weird to see it in person. Like, it's just like seeing it in real life. Like, wow, like these people are the rooting for us. Like, like they want to see us like succeed. You know,
like, I was gonna say, whenever we were doing the clipboard, we were doing the quiz thing, and the very last one, you're like, what does our podcast stand for? And everybody
got it. So that literally proves to us that yes, y'all have been listening to us.
Whenever they're like, what does our podcast stand for? And everybody was like, self-love,
mental health.
I was like, oh my gosh. It was so funny because I just like imagine Evan being like, Evan was raising his hand. He's like, self-love.
I was like,
I know. And it was like, that was like like you said, like a visual representation of showing us that, we literally did that. We put that out there, and now all of these people
are bringing it back. Like, the energy is being reciprocated.
That, yes, we've been listening to you. Your voices are heard.
Yeah. I really appreciated that. That very last one made me, it really like hit me.
I came up with the questions, by the way.
Yes,
really
did really good at the game.
She did so much. Like, she really did. She had to have her lesson planned.
I literally lesson planned it all. Like, I think I already got the questions, this little trivia game from the question and the questions like done 2 months ago. When we were talking about it, I was like, let me think about like, what about a game or something, because we just really like to make it fun and interactive.
Yes.
That's the word, interactive, because yes, it could have been a cool little mingle just here and there, but we had 2 hours. So we're like, let's incorporate something to have our guests to interact with us.
I feel like when it's more interactive too, it pushes people to step out of their comfort zones and actually talk. Like, whenever people had raised their hand and talk in front of everybody, I was like, yes.
And honestly, I'm so proud of everybody that got to mingle with different people
and actually did mingle. Yeah, yes. I love doing.
Oh my god, like, it's actually what we wanted. Like, people are meeting new people and like getting to mingle and stuff like that. But I just want to talk a little bit about our decorations that we had on the table.
Yes.
So we had little mini hamburgers and fries, to represent the McDonald's days. And I think that was a fun little like personalization added to the party. That was like, this is kind of cute and fun.
Like, why is there hamburgers and stuff? And then it all comes full circle. Like, you'll know why. You know why. You're the one listening and watching. You know why.
Exactly.
That was one of our questions too on there. How we came up with our name.
16,
how we came up with our name.
Yes. It's so funny. Sydney was like, she almost had it too.
She was so close. She was so close. She thought that the store number was 116.
Oh,
but it was on the 116th Street.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mama Ka, one of our actual original 116th.
When we were taking pictures, and you're like, she's been with us since McDonald's days. I was like, oh my gosh, she really has.
Yes.
Literally, she was the original manager.
Yes.
Mama Ka.
Literally,
she worked with us at the 116th hotline.
She watched us grow up.
She literally
at the
saw us grow
116th
up.
McDonald's. Yeah, she worked there with us at that specific McDonald's.
We were like, what, 14, 15?
She saw us
was
from
managing
babies.
us.
When we were
Babies up until-
babies.
Oh my God.
And that's what I remember. That's what Naichu would always say to us. And see, we love you so much. I know you would have been here if you could have. But she just, her comments saying that she's so proud of us because she watched us grow up to be like just
our own woman in person.
I was like, oh, that just means a lot.
And I also want to say thank you to Ghost for coming. Oh my gosh.
We love you.
We love you. Thank you for always supporting us. And she hypes us up too much.
I know.
Like, really.
She's like, oh, my famous friend.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh gosh.
She hypes us up. My head get a little too big. I'm
Ghost,
just like,
we love you so much.
And honestly, like, if like another thing I kept hearing yesterday, which I don't know about you guys, but it made me feel really like feel good and sentimental about our podcast, is like the amount of people that came up to us and said like how much we inspired them,
yes.
or you know, the confidence that we help them with, and like, you know, they really look up to our podcast or look up to us, and like we just inspire them to be better. Like for me, it just made me feel like, wow, like
we did that.
We're really like just being our authentic selves, and it's like it really translates. And I'm glad that people can relate to it, you know, or they can use that as like a positive movement in their lives. Like it's like, damn, guys, we really are doing it.
I feel like yes, that's a part of what we wanted behind this whole podcast thing. But then the very main first priority that we wanted to do this was because we just wanted to literally put our thoughts out there.
Because every time we talk, we just talk. And we say like,
and then we keep going,
and we get deep, and then we're like, wait,
damn,
dude, we should record
that. Yeah.
We've been talking.
Somebody has to hear this shit we're talking about. Yeah.
So, like you said, it is very like a sentimental, like good thing to know and hear about. Oh yes, I just really, really appreciate the fact that a lot of people can actually relate to just our daily conversations. Like Val said, this is literally our authentic selves. Like we're like this often on the camera, you know.
Like if you guys know us in real life,
then you can.
Then you guys can totally agree. We're this crazy authentic energy in real life too. Like
this is literally our personalities.
Yeah, like even when the camera turns off, even when the mic turns off, like this
we're
is
still literally.
We're literally still like
the
this.
only difference is that we have mics and the camera on us. That's it. And and I'm sure, especially to all of our guests that were at the party last week, I'm sure you can tell. Like we were literally like that on stage, but in the spotlight we were talking just exactly how we are with our crackhead energy, just being fun and just. I also want to throw it out there. I love the fact that whenever when we were taking pictures and whoever's coming in, like we hype every single one of them.
I know that was
and I just like you can see the smile on their face and they feel like, ooh yeah, like just to make everybody feel seen and feel
Beyonce was there.
Yeah,
Beyonce, Odell Beckham Jr. was there. Bad Bunny was there.
All of them. We had it all.
We had it all. It was a ball.
That's like, you know, what we want to do. We want to make everybody feel comfortable and like seen and just feel hyped up.
Yeah.
And, you know, I guess we could say like we literally created our own little community. Like it makes me feel so proud because it's like literally like no negativity here. Like it's literally exactly the type of community that we wanted to have, you know. And I'm so happy that all these people came, and you know, it was like friends of friends, and then they brought friends of their friends. Like it just feels really great and wholesome, and just it makes me so happy that, you know, we created this from nothing, you guys. Like literally from nothing.
Literally.
Like a year ago, could you believe if we said we were gonna have a party?
Recording in whose
iPad? On the iPad.
I remember the second week that we recorded, and I fell asleep.
In your
boy, if you don't,
and they were still talking. You guys remember that?
On your bed.
Because it wasn't the camera yet.
No, it wasn't the camera. We were literally recording like just off. The iPad was here, and we were just talking to the iPad.
Like,
and I remember like they were doing it like so late, and I was so tired, so I just fell asleep. And they were still recording, and then the next morning they were like, "Yeah, we got some good conversations in," but then like the quality was not good.
So sorry if you're just now starting from episode 1 through through like, I don't know, 5, 6, the quality and sound is not going to be the best, but
yes,
I mean,
from our season 1,
it starts,
but then exactly, we gotta start somewhere. But then the conversations are still good.
Yes, they are.
Yes,
and that's all that should matter.
As long as you can hear what we're talking about,
exactly,
then that's all you need.
Exactly. But
oh, sorry.
I want to take this moment and say, like, let this be like a sign that if we can do this, like, if you want to do a podcast or whatever you want to do, like, let this be a sign that anything is possible.
Just do it.
It's doable. If you put your mind to it. Like, we've always talked about having a podcast, like, even years ago, but we've never done it until, like, you know, me and Sadie had that real conversation, like, man, we should really freaking do this. Like, we are getting old. Like, we gotta.
I just want to throw it out there that I felt very, inspired that day because of the hot girl walks.
Yeah.
When I saw that all of the girls were coming together, and then Stan and I were just sitting drinking.
It's
I was
like
like,
something different.
Like, this is like doable. Let's do it. Like let's get started on this. And this is literally a year later.
I know, like,
everything. I mean, like you said, just it starts with the thought. Just
yeah,
a simple
literally.
thought.
And like the fact that like we built this little community and it's getting bigger, it's just
spreading. Yeah.
Oh man, it makes me feel very, very wholesome. And also being able to inspire other people in our community, like our dance group that we sponsor.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, and then also like having guests on, like Jenny, like, you know, she's a great musician. Like,
oh my gosh,
just things like that, and being able to touch different people in the community with our podcast, and like really just kind of supporting like our, you know, our sayings of like, you know, self-love, like mental health and all that stuff is just like really wholesome. And I'm glad that we can have this community that where we built it from the ground up. Like it feels really good.
And like at the party, I really felt all of the positive energy, you know,
me
bouncing
too.
off of each other into everyone. I really truly felt that. Like,
yeah.
I just want to say, like, back on what Satana was saying, that like people were saying like you motivated us to, or like you inspire us to do this and do that. Like, I just want to say that, like, if you think you can, then you can, and if you think you can't, then you can't. Like, really, it's all a mental game in your mind. Like, everything starts with a thought, and this started with a thought, and look where we are now. And it's like, if you already have that feeling of, oh, you inspired me to do this, like, take it and go with it. Like, roll with it.
Yes.
Like, you're already having thoughts of doing it, so just do it. You
like
just have to
whatever it may be.
Yeah, like whatever it may be. Like, if you want to do something, or if you just feel like you need a change in life, like, just do it. Like, because tomorrow's not promised.
Absolutely.
Shit,
and who cares what people say?
Well, I mean, why not?
Like, who cares what people say? And honestly, when we started the podcast, there was a lot of people within our inner circle that was like, you guys probably shouldn't.
Or they'll be like, no one's gonna listen to you. I don't give a
like,
Keisha.
We put it out like
I think we kind of need to like redirect each other at that point and be like, hey, we're doing this for ourselves.
For us.
That's why we chose to do a podcast. Like, because we're not doing it for anybody else. Like, we feel comfortable enough that we put our voice out there, and it's because we
wanted that. It's literally, it's just like our own conversation, but we decided to put a camera up and put mics on.
It's not like we're talking about bad things. It's like, no, we're literally talking our own
This is shit we talk about every day, like life shit.
And I think the most important thing, like you said, Satana, is that we are just relating it to our own personal experiences.
Like, we're not saying you
should do this, you should do that.
Us. This is the things we have been through. Us three individually,
our trials and tribulations.
And maybe you can relate to, if not me, then her. If not her, then her. If not her, then maybe you. Like, maybe all three of us. I don't know. But it's like, you know, just being able to put our voices out there to really build like a sense of a safe space, essentially, is what we wanted our podcast to be. And so, you know, I'm really glad how far we've came. And
me too.
I'm very, very surprised that Valerie has actually stuck through.
Really? No, because I've just been like, they both of them, I say it all the time, like literally at the party, everybody that kept coming up to me and be like, wow, Valerie, you guys did go so good. I'm like, I'm straight up, I'm gonna be like, I didn't do shit. Like, Satana and Sadie are really the masterminds behind it, and I'm really just the extra person there. Like, somebody was asking me like about the event space and like how much did it cost and all that, and they're like, how'd you guys find this? I'm like, you're talking to the wrong person. Like, go find Satana, and if anything else, go find Sadie, because I've just been like, my life has been so hectic and busy, and like I'm not one to, I don't think I'm really that creative, and I'm not really one to like stick with something for a long time. Commitment issues, anyways. But
damn, self-awareness. I give 10 out of 10.
Self-awareness.
That's what I was talking about.
I mean, at least I know
it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress.
She's better now than she was last year.
Yeah, I really. Oh my gosh, literally last year, like this year, I was in such a bad place, but sidetracked. But anyways, but literally, Satana and Sadie are the masterminds behind it all, and then Tiana does all of the editing
and
like
all the
everything that she does, like our social media posts, our what is that word called? Our previews of episodes, like
clips,
everything. All of our socials. Tiana does it all. On top of being a mom, on top of working full time, on top of being on top of like all of her other side shit that she does. Like she does it all. And Sadie is like also the backbone to everything else, because then she's always like the one keeping us all in check. And then I'm just there like, yes.
You're
no.
Like, yeah, sure.
I thought I told you guys. Yes. No. And then I'm like, here's my schedule, and
like
I'll send them my work schedule.
We ask for like, and this is what I love about our behind the scenes too. Honestly, if you guys don't know, because like whenever we come up with ideas or anything, for example, planning for the event, we always ask for each other's opinion before we like just go with it. You know, we'll ask like, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And every single time we'll like give our opinions. And most of the time, Valerie's just like, whatever you guys want, I'm cool with that.
Because like, that's all right, we're making the executive decision.
Because that's just how I'm just like, I'm good with whatever, whatever y'all want, like
go with the flow.
Just so tell me who to Apple Pay, or just I don't like I'm good. Just because I feel like in my I feel like my role with like a bunch of my other friends and stuff, I'm always the one that's like, do this, like, okay, you guys do this. I'll have the itinerary planned out, and then you guys all can just cash at me, and then like I'm always the one that's doing it. So then now that they do it, I'm like, yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna
relax.
Yeah, I'm like, go ahead.
Yeah. Which I mean, it works out perfectly fine too. You know, in the end,
we don't want too many chefs in the kitchen, okay?
But honestly, like. Ooh, I'm gonna get a little sentimental.
Bring out the waterworks. Bring out the waterworks. She got the toilet paper on standby.
No, but it's like I think like to have this podcast is really like a nice thing to have like for ourselves. I don't know how you guys feel, but for me, like I feel like it's something that I'm so proud of, because it's like we all have such unique things about all three of us, you know,
literally 100%. Different lifestyles, like literally
different lifestyles, like different ways that we think and act and talk. And it's like, you know, to be able to have something that we're so proud of, that we work on every week, or we come together to record, and it's like
a breath of fresh air.
And just to have like a safe space, and then honestly to see how like far it's grown. I think yesterday was really like emotional to see like in numbers, like physically in person, of like people supporting us, and just like, wow, like these people want to take pictures with us, like, you know what I'm saying? Like they're here.
I was like
they're here because
because of us. We literally had like a photo meet and greet session because people wanted to take pictures.
I was like, okay, I was just kidding, because I made an announcement. I'm like, if you guys want to take pictures with us, you can. But then people actually
people started lined up, to take pictures.
It's a very rewarding feeling.
Rewarding and sentimental feeling.
Yeah, I just feel like this is like one thing that I'm like, you know how a lot of people like they build brands like from the ground up. Like this is essentially like our brand.
This is like your baby.
Like we built it from the ground up, and you know, I know like you guys say like I do the editing and all that stuff, but it's like each of us is essential to this podcast. Like
period.
Our podcast would not be able to function without
one of each other.
Yes.
That's why I'm like, whenever you guys are like, if one of us is gonna be gone, let's just record the podcast. I'm like, it's not gonna work. Like, you know, like,
and that's why we took a break too over the summer, because it was just too busy. And like 116 Hotline wouldn't have been 116 without all three of us. So that's why we took the creative break over the summer, because we couldn't do it with just one person or two people. Like all of us had to be there.
And quite honestly, we might do that like from here on out, just until like we get like, you know, a better schedule of all of our schedules,
and that's okay, because you know, even shows, they take breaks.
It gives us time to like reset
seasons like that,
and clear our brain and everything. But I also want to mention too, like one moment I will remember that stuck with me with the 116 Hotline podcast is when I went to some ID Fest that came to Tulsa when they did their tour. There was a girl that stopped me like at the bar, and she wanted a picture with me because she was like, I listened to you guys' podcast. I still have the picture. I think I sent it to the group chat.
No, you didn't. You never did.
No, I swear I did, because she stopped me and she was like, are you Valerie? And I was like, yeah. She's like, I listened to you guys' podcast. Can we take a picture? And I was like, oh my gosh, sure.
Speaking of, you got to show us the picture.
Yeah. And then we took a picture, and she's like, I love you guys' podcast. I listen to it all the time. And I was like, oh my gosh, Tiana would love it if she heard that.
Right? Like, put it on our socials.
Yeah.
But another event was the Win and Hua concert when we were bartending.
Yes.
There were so
people
many
that came up and mentioned that.
Yes. And like that, I think that was like, that was the first moment, right? Where we're like, ooh, people are wanting
Like they listen
with
to
us.
us.
Because we were working the bar, and so
Yes.
everybody had to come up to buy drinks, and then we were helping one of my friends work the bar, and so they're like, "What are the 160 hotline doing here?"
And the good thing is that like, so those two event was within the Hmong community, right?
Yes.
Now I also have something to say. My high school reunion, I had a guy that he used to ride the bus with us. He's one of my really good friends, Josh Goins. If you're listening, yes, I'm shouting you out.
Josh Goins, I think I know him.
I don't know. I mean, he's
Facebook
commented on some of our stuff before. So then whenever I went to my high school reunion and then I ran into him again, he goes, "Hi, Miss Podcast." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, that's right, you listen." He's like, "Oh yeah, I listen to y'all's podcast." And he's like, "Keep it coming." And I was like, I'm
Even
gonna tell
like
my
my guy friends listen to our podcast too,
Yes.
so I love that. It's not just girls. It's not just like Hmong people. It's like
it's
such a wide
it's universal.
variety.
You know, it's very universal. Like,
And
yes.
shout out to Nikki and Shelby for validating that the chicken dance does have lyrics to it.
They told us that yesterday. I was
They
like,
told us
"Shut
that.
up." Yes, we went to the fair.
They told us that because they're like Valerie, you're right.
Right.
Those are the right words. And I was like, I knew it. I was like,
We're
I
here
swear.
gaslighting Val, like,
That's what I told him. I was like, they were gaslighting me, saying there's no words to this song, and I was like, I swear I was not going crazy. Like I did not make that
But
shit up.
that part right there just proves to me that they've been listening in another episode. So I truly appreciate that, girls. Thank you.
Truly, just anybody that like thinks about our podcast, like even just clicks on the link or like opens it, listens to the first 10 20 seconds, like just sharing it, like literally anything is so appreciative because we all started from a small space, like just a small thing, and I feel like now we're like slowly getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and like it's all happening because of you, the one that's listening and watching. Like literally we're doing this all for you, and it's all possible because of you.
Yes.
So we really appreciate it.
Give yourself some credit as well.
Yeah.
Like that's what I thought. Like we really preach that. Like we really celebrate each other, but we also truly want to celebrate you, the listener.
Yeah,
because you're a part of it.
Yeah, and you have like so many other podcasts to choose from. Like literally,
Right.
like we know that our podcast is not for everybody,
right?
And like some podcasts may be for someone and not for somebody else, but like you out of all the podcasts chose this one and clicked this one and listened or watched this one, and it's like, because Joe, our brother, was telling me a podcast that he was listening to, and in my head I'm like, I asked him, I was like, how did you even hear about this podcast? And he's like, I don't know, I was just strolling and I clicked, and I was like, that's literally like could have been our listeners. Like you just decided to click on us, and so I'm like happy that you did. So.
Right.
And just to speak on like what Val said, like, you know, you have so many podcasts to listen to, and like just to like unpack that a little bit more, like that also goes for, you know, I don't want to only celebrate the people that listen to us in a positive way, but also people that listen and watch us. You know that TikTok sound was like, and you're watching me from a fake show, like you're obsessed. If you're watching me from a fake page, like I also want to celebrate the people that watch and listen even though they don't like us personally, because at the end of the day, like whether you like our podcast or you don't, whether you like us as individuals or you don't, like at the end of the day,
You're still taking time out of your day.
Yeah, you're still taking time to support us, essentially.
It's like it's like the saying where it's like, you hate me but you're still listening and watching. Like literally,
in
so
a
like
way, I'm gonna take that as a support.
Yeah,
thank you.
Thanks for running
it
the numbers up.
is, and it's like, you know, I think that also speaks to where a lot of people, they don't know how far, they didn't think we'd get this far,
and that's why they listen.
And it's
watch.
because I think that speaks a lot to like how they feel internally about themselves. And so I just want to take this moment to be like, you know, although you may not like us, thank you for supporting us, and for that I will not be
pray
bitter.
for you.
You know,
I'll pray for you.
I was just gonna say that. I'm like, I mean, you know, I'm at this day and age, at this age, we really don't have time for any negativity and or like haters. So if you're out there and you like you're not feeling it, but you continue to listen, then I'm gonna take that as a support, and I'm gonna say, like Val said, we'll just pray for you. I'll pray to the ancestors, the universe, for you, for your heart, for you to see everything in a, you know, positive lighter way, just like how we see it, because that's what we do, because we preach positivity.
Our podcast will turn you into a better person.
Because it's like, you know, at the end of the day, like you're still talking, sharing, and thinking about the podcast.
Bro,
and
you obsessed. You obsessed.
And now, like at the end of the day, you're
so obsessed with me.
It's like at the end of the day, you're still sharing and talking about it. So me, it's like even then we've done our job.
But what do we always say?
Because it's, you know, they're thinking about it. Like they're still helping.
What do we always say though?
You know,
any PR is
good PR. You know, thank you, Kris Jenner. Like,
thank you, Kris Jenner.
You know, like Wow. So what is your takeaway from the podcast party, or honestly just a reflection?
Yes.
A reflection of our hotline, our podcast in
everything
general.
In general, how far we've come.
Last remarks, y'all. Like,
all right, go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay.
Go.
All right, damn, can I speak? Okay. So first of all, just a quick reflection. Like what the girl said. If you think you can do it, go for it. What's the worst that can happen? If it doesn't, I was thinking about that earlier. What's the worst that can happen? It fails.
She was saving that, huh? She was saving that.
I gotta save it for the last. If it fails, that's okay. You can start again, or maybe you can redirect yourself to do something else.
Rejection is redirection.
Absolutely.
Big brain.
And then quickly from the party, I would just say a recommendation for us next time. I believe we can plan better ahead of time. I think we can definitely do that better. But at the same time, I'm so proud how we executed everything, and it was a success.
Yes.
And like I said, just seeing everybody in the room smiling, having a good time, enjoying the food, the drinks. I truly appreciate that. It was such a rewarding feeling.
Yes.
So
I just want to say, reflecting back on the podcast, I definitely could contribute more.
Self-awareness is getting better.
Self-awareness. I definitely can contribute more, but so thankful for Satana and Sadie for being the backbones to everything in life and in the podcast. Literally.
Cry.
I'm not gonna cry. I don't think.
She's not her meds, I think.
But reflection on the podcast party, I had a lot of fun. It was short-lived, but it was really fun, and like really a lot of our close friends and family was there. Avid listeners were there, and just a message to you listening or watching that, like, whatever you want to do, like Sadie said, just do it. Like, literally tomorrow is not promised.
Yep.
And 5 days later, you're gonna wish you started on something 5 days ago. Like, for real. Like, I say that all the time because that's it. Really be like that. Like, when you start working out or you start like doing a diet, you're like, damn, if I would have started like a week ago, I would have maybe felt a little bit better or seen a little bit of results now. Like,
because you took the initiative to
like
at least start.
Just start now, and then a week later, you're gonna thank yourself so much for starting. So it's either gonna be day one or one day.
Ooh.
If not now,
Bless up.
when?
Okay.
Period.
So my thoughts on the podcast in general, I just want to say we've come a long way, and I'm so proud of us, and I'm honestly very excited. I'm excited to see what else we have coming up this year. Like, I feel like we're really just stepping into expanding more, and I think honestly I just have a great feeling that we're gonna get some awesome opportunities, and like I'm really excited to see where this podcast is gonna take us. Like, it's only been 1 year, but look how much we've come, and look how far we've come, look how much we've done already, and I really am excited to like start pitching us to do some more things. So reflecting on the party itself, I'm really proud of everybody that, you know, on the Hotline podcast, and then also really thankful for everybody that showed up to celebrate not only us, but also celebrate themselves too, like to celebrate this part of themselves, that how this podcast makes them feel and how we are able to like translate into their lives makes me really happy too.
Yes, and stay tuned for our episodes coming up. We have a couple of special guests
coming up
planned, so I'm excited for you guys to hear our convos with them. I know it's going to be good, fun convos, and I know that you'll enjoy it.
Just to get different insights, you know, like from different businesses, or just people in general,
because everyone's mind is so
different,
like literally functions so different. It's so crazy, but that's all I have to say. Sadie, Tiana.
I do want to also add in there that we do have a party coming up that's gonna be fun for Halloween.
Yes, it's early Halloween. Early Halloween
celebration.
Make sure you buy your tickets. We'll put this party poster up here. It's hosted by our beautiful friend JPY. Literally, she throws the hottest Halloween parties every single year. Like, I'm not even fucking kidding you guys. Like, she plays some good ass music, throwbacks,
yes,
booty bumping music. Like, she
knows what she's doing.
Yes, and we go to every single year. She knows we go every single year.
It literally sells out. The past 2 years, it has sold out. And I tell people all the time, get your tickets
I
now.
also love how professional Jenny is because she makes sure that we have a lot of securities on hand.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we 116 Hotline will be in attendance
We'll be
per
there.
usual.
Yes.
So make sure you guys buy your tickets. If you're watching on YouTube, the link will be down below. If you are watching on Spotify, go click on our socials. I have highlighted in our stories for visual recaps. So make sure you stay tuned. Buy your tickets.
And our guest Jenny that we had on our previous Jenny Fo on our previous episode. She will be there performing.
Correct.
So just you'll get to see her
alongside David Yang. If you listen to Mo Music, David Yang,
GY,
and then of course the one and only DJ JPY,
the one and only.
It's gonna be fun.
It'll be fun. Her parties are always fun.
Yes.
We'll be there. If you see us, come say hi.
Take pictures.
We'll be there having fun.
Take pictures. Yeah. And let me tell you again, reiterate, Jenny throws the hottest parties every single year.
And granted, I know some of the performers are Hmong performers, but
it's still lit.
She plays some good
I was gonna say Jenny
club
plays
music.
actual music,
like
club music, hip hop and stuff. So it's for everybody. It's for
everyone. Yeah, it'll be fun regardless. So
join us. It's October
21st.
Yeah, it's a Saturday. So make sure you grab your tickets because they will sell out, y'all. Okay, they will sell out.
Don't want to miss it.
Again, follow us on Instagram, Facebook if you guys want to see those posts. But yeah, I cannot wait to see you guys there. 116 Hotline will be in attendance.
Yes.
It will be the hottest party that you've ever been to. For real, for real.
As always,
we upload every Monday, 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. And you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and
what was the last one?
Anchor.
Yes, Anchor. Anchor was
all
the last
at
one.
116th Hotline.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for watching, listening. Love you, and see you guys in our next episode.
Bye.